Welcome to Matheny Fieldhouse here on the campus of Geneva College. As always, I'm Ben Wiegers, and today with me is our first student athlete of the week, women's softball player McKenzie Rapp. Thanks for coming on down today, Kenzie.
Thanks for having me.
You pitched twice last week. Both games went to extra innings, which is just shocking. You ended up pitching a total of 15 innings, and over that time, you only allowed 3 earned runs. You struck out 11, so a well-deserved student athlete of the week recognition. What brought you to Geneva?
So, funny story, actually. Coach Zanuck had told me for years that I was going to come here. He coached me in travel ball for a while.
Okay.
And I always told him no. I was like, I'm going to go somewhere else. Never really thought about Geneva. I didn't really know what it was.
Okay.
And my junior year of high school, I committed to play here. And he was like, I told you so. So it was just like having him kind of show me Geneva through my high school career was definitely like a big aspect in why I was coming here.
Gotcha.
Because we weren't really much of Christians before we came here, Matt or I. So we weren't really here for that part, but definitely like coming here and being a part of that was a big part of who we are now. We're really
interesting,
God-based. We really believe in all of that stuff. So I think that was just a big change that brought us here. So I think that was just definitely softball, but the Christian part was a big part now that we're here.
Interesting. So how long was Coach Zanuck coaching you before Geneva then? When did he start coaching your travel team?
If I remember, I think it was about 10U to 12, like maybe first year, 14U. And then my dad took over again. So it was definitely a big chunk of that recruiting area, growing area. Gotcha. So he was a big part of where I am today.
He was working on you for a while.
He was.
What is your major? We'll get to academics here. What is your major and what do you hope to get into once you graduate college?
Yeah, so I'm a business major with a concentration in management, and I have a psychology minor.
Oh, wow.
So I'm definitely looking into getting into blue-collar management or corporate management with the goal of eventually higher level management, CEO position, something along those lines. So big dreams, just have to work my way up in the business field.
Sure. Yeah. And you've got an extra year of school ahead of you.
Yes, for sure.
You've thrown well, obviously, so far this year, and you've started in the circle, and you also come in relief. We were just talking a little bit about this ahead of time.
Yep.
Can you explain maybe if you prefer one or the other, and why or why not?
So last year, it would definitely, if you would have asked me this last year, it would have been relief.
Okay.
I think last year I had the mindset for relief. It was paying attention to the game, seeing where the game is, and then having to go into that specific moment, having to be focused, locked in, as everyone calls it.
Yes, no, that's true.
So definitely last season it would have been relief, but this season I would still say relief, but with me starting a bunch of games, I think it's definitely kind of in the middle. I can do both. So if I had to pick, it would be relief, but I like starting games every once in a while, doing the national anthem, praying with everyone on the field. We started doing that this year. So I think that's just a big aspect of our team this year is when you're able to start games, you're able to do the national anthem, you're able to run out, get your name recognized, and then the infield, normally we pray on the field before everything. So it's nice to have everyone come to the pitching circle before we start. So that's definitely a big aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, still now, I definitely have the mindset for relief. You can ask Coach; he would probably tell you that too.
Okay.
But definitely, if I could pick, it would be relief. But he says I can throw at any time in the game, so it's really whatever he tells me to do, I do. So.
Well, it sounds like that's two kind of different approaches to the game, which is super interesting. I never thought about it that way before.
It really is.
You mentioned earlier that your twin sister is also on the team, Maddie. So what is it like? Did you play together, I assume, before college? What's that like continuing to play with each other now?
Yeah, so I pitch and Maddie catches for me. So we definitely kind of have that battery that they call it in softball where your pitcher and your catcher kind of work as one.
Right.
So it's definitely nice that we are twins and we have that friendship that we've built over time.
Sure.
The family connection, the Christian connection. I mean, she knows me better than I know myself half the time. So it's definitely nice to have her be behind the plate, or even when she's at third sometimes, I know I have that support from her behind me. So it's definitely really nice to have that built-in friendship, built-in supporter. And she's supportive to me. I'm supportive to her. If I need someone to go yell at because I'm mad at myself or something,
go vet too.
She's right there. So it's definitely a big part of why we're both still playing is we're playing for each other. We're playing for the team, to glorify God, really anything. So she's definitely a big part of why we're still playing, for sure.
Well, and the two of you are like a key part of this pretty large junior class that's on the team here, hoping you guys can go deep into the playoffs this season.
Yep.
Got two doubleheaders left, one today against Bethany and then Saturday against Franciscan. So that's all we have for you today. Thanks for coming on down here. Again, I'm Ben Wiegers. Alongside me is Student Athlete of the Week, McKenzie Rapp. And until next time, storm on.